Hey friends, Alan Lee here with Honestly Handyman Services, and today I wanted to talk about getting the highest profit for a job. Now, profit is pretty much summed up as the difference between the cost of the job and then what you make in the job, and the difference of those two. But I think that there's a specific equation that I've learned to get the highest profit on every single job that you do, and that equals profit equals low overhead plus specialized skill. So I've talked before in a video about specialized skill specifically, and I feel like specialized skill is really the key to getting the highest profit. Because if you do a job that requires specialized skill that some Joe Schmo down the road is not going to have, they're definitely going to hire you, and they're going to be willing to pay you whatever extra amount of money that you would require over that Joe Schmo, because you have that specialized skill, or you show some knowledge that maybe they don't show, or you have experience. So I think that is the key to getting the highest profit for a job. So for instance, you could take this as, low overhead would be somewhat equatable to, low materials and low overhead costs. So obviously, any job that would require a little bit or none amount of materials would get the highest profit. And then also specialized skill, which would be a job that pays a little bit more than your average job. So there is a list that I'm coming out with, which is the 10 most profitable handyman jobs, and I'm going to be coming out with that in about a week. And it's going to be, and all these jobs, I'm going to be looking at all these jobs, and I'm going to be factoring in this specific equation that I figured is that the highest profit equals low overhead plus specialized skill. And it's going to consist of a few different jobs. It's probably not going to cover all of them because there are so many different jobs out there that will make you money. Painting a whole house. Painting a whole house to me would not fit in the equation for highest profit. Now, you can definitely make a lot of profit by painting a house, but I think that there's other jobs that you can make a higher profit per billable hour. So for instance, if you paint a house and it requires so much paint, once you spray that paint on, you cannot return that paint. You can't take that paint back. Like if the customer doesn't like it, they're stuck with it, and you have to absorb that cost if they cause a fuss. Now obviously, there should be written contracts and things like that where customers can't take advantage of you like that, but customers can be ruthless depending on what you get. So in a painting job, you got to factor in all that paint, and then say you paint it on too thick, then you got to go buy more paint. And if you didn't have that written into the contract, the customer is going to give you a whole bunch of hee-hawing about having to buy more paint when you said it would take this specific amount of paint to do that. So in my books, the job with the highest profit equals the job with the least amount of materials and the most amount of specialized skill that is needed. So for instance, electrical work. I think electrical work is a really great example of this. If you're like, say they're calling you into their electrical outlet doesn't work, and just going in and diagnosing that and figuring out what's going on. That's a very high paying job, and there's a lot of money to be made in that. I mean, a lot of electrical stuff doesn't require a lot of materials unless you're rewiring a whole home or building a new home with new wiring, but running one circuit doesn't necessarily require a whole lot of material as much as like painting a whole house does. Another thing like this is specialized skill would be like plumbing in general. Plumbing, obviously if you are repiping a house, replumbing a house, putting in new stuff, that's going to be a little bit on the material heavy side. But as far as like unclogging drains, installing faucets, sinks, things like that, little things, little upkeep things, little, remodel things, really fit the equation for the highest profit. So I got this list coming out in about a week, and I'm going to be coming out with the 10 most profitable handyman jobs, and I'm going to be using this equation to figure them out. So if you guys have any thoughts on what those jobs might be, I would be interested in your thoughts. Leave them in the comment section below. And again, remember, the highest profit equals lowest overhead plus the highest amount of specialized skill. So anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in. Share this video with a friend that might be interested in this, and I will see you guys later. Have a great day.